Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hello everyone! It's a beautiful sunny day and we've decided to come to Sharkham Point to try and see some dolphins or some porpoises or maybe a seal, because it's just too nice to stay inside, and we figured that Sharkham Point isn't as kind of popular as Berry Head. So we're gonna see if we can find some marine life or some terrestrial life. Any wildlife will do. So I got a really cool new present for my birthday yesterday. I got a Nikon P1000 and it is capable of zooming 3000 millimeters. So it's like the perfect compact camera. Oh my god, he's actually taking us through brambles with shorts and flip-flops on. It's the perfect compact camera for wildlife, I would say. Hopefully if we see anything. I mean, God, trying to get through this without dying. We might see a seal, it seems likely, because we usually do when we come here. So if we see a seal, I'll be able to zoom in and get some really good footage of it without lugging around a 600mm lens like I usually do. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see something and we can put this bad boy into action. Terribly hot. But we found a spot to pitch up and we're going to try and spot some sea life. Because in my studies over the years, I've compared sites, and I compared, for my dissertation last year, I compared 4 different sites for porpoise presence, and of all 4 of those sites, only 2 had any, and only 1 was significant compared to the other 3. So if you're looking for porpoises, don't go to Torquay, but definitely come to Berry Head, and then if it's too busy there, you don't really feel comfortable going there, try Sharkham Point, because they're so close together. You kind of see the same dolphins, the same porpoises as you would at Berry Head. So, but just make sure that you're keeping away from people if possible. Just check the tide times, and we're at a better kind of tidal state at the moment for porpoises. So we're in flood, but we've only just left low slack, which from my studies I've worked out that low slack is the best time to see the Berry Head porpoises. Not like all porpoises around the world, just this population, according to my studies. But we haven't seen anything yet, but fingers crossed we'll see something before the tide gets too high, because generally we don't really see any cetaceans, or dolphins more so. I don't really know much about their tidal activity, but porpoises kind of don't use the area as much when it's high tide or flood tide. So we'll keep our fingers crossed for now. So we just saw a goldfinch, and I was like, show yourself, because I love them. I think they're really pretty. And I was like, I think they're possibly my favourite bird in the UK. And then we just started a bit of a debate, didn't we, about how hard it is to choose a favourite animal, like, at all. Because there's just so many cool ones. We're like, oh, but I love woodpeckers, and I love blue tits. And then, like, I think of the thousands of bird species on this planet. Like, how could you possibly choose one of those, let alone choose your favourite animal in the world? I just think it's too hard. I mean, there's a special place in my heart for porpoises, but does that mean that I love them any more or any less than other species? I don't know. It kind of it hurts my heart a little bit to choose. What do you think, Steph?
I feel the same. I've just sat here trying to pick my favourite bird and I just can't.
Just can't do it. We are not willing to do that. And do you have a favourite species? I mean, are you willing to make that choice? Like, we want to know. Like, comment below and tell us what is your favourite species, or like give us a list. What's your favourite species of mammal, bird, reptile, amphibian, invertebrate? Just let us know. We'd be really interested to know. What's like, Steph, give us like your top 5 favourite species. Can you?
Species ever? Or
Ever, like in the world, worldwide.
I don't know. At this moment in time, bats are going to be in there. I really like armadillos and species like that.
Cool.
Giant anteaters.
They're related, aren't they?
Yeah.
I love an anteater. They're
Anything
epic.
like that, I just love. I love cheetahs, and I can't even pick.
You're quite African species oriented, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Maybe we should just choose our 5 British species.
Definitely a badger then, I think.
Bodger the badger.
Badger. I know they're well common, but I love a blackbird.
Yeah, I do. Whenever I see a male blackbird with that bright orange beak,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're handsome.
They're so pretty.
I think I'm going to give 5. I mean, porpoises have to be number 1. And then I think about, I love cuttlefish, like bit of a random one, but I think cuttlefish are so amazing. Like, if you don't know much about cuttlefish, look them up. There was a really good bit on, I think it was Blue Planet 1, or one of the many amazing David Attenborough documentaries, and there was this really cool segment about cuttlefish and how you've got the big male cuttlefish and the little male cuttlefish, and the big males usually get the ladies, but the little cuttlefish disguise themselves as women cuttlefish, as female cuttlefish, and then slither in underneath the big male cuttlefish and then mate with the female cuttlefish right underneath the male cuttlefish, because he thinks it's like not a threat because it looks like a female. I think that's like one of nature's best ever trickeries. I just think it's great. So that's another one. What else? Love goldfinches. Oh god, this is hard, isn't it?
It is.
Then I'm thinking like, oh, I love badgers, I love fox,
Love them
I love
all.
woodpeckers, basking sharks, oh, seals, hedgehogs. I can't. I give up. I refuse. I can't do this. There's just too many amazing species in this world. Oh yeah, slow worms, common lizards, adders, frogs. Love me a frog.
Yeah, love.
Let's just not do this anymore. It's upsetting me. We're moving on to a different spot because we haven't seen anything, but this is a really good spot for other wildlife, so hopefully not down there. Oh. Oh. Yeah, we're just moving on to a different spot to see if we can maybe see some seals in the cove, or just any wildlife will do really. It always makes us happy, so fingers crossed. So there's many reasons why you might not see porpoises where you would usually see them, and one of them is marine traffic. And today is a bright sunny day, and generally people like to go out on their jet skis and their boats and things, and we've seen a lot of jet skis today using areas that I know the porpoises use, so that might be why we've not seen anything. steps are not fun. Getting my daily exercise. We're heading back to the car now because it's 5 o'clock, so we want to go home and have some dinner. But even though we didn't see any porpoises or any sea life really, we saw some cormorants and some songbirds and some swallows. But we hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure to like and subscribe and leave us a comment. What is your favourite animal? Can you have a favourite animal? Is it possible? And before I collapse, I'll see you in the next video.